Good afternoon and welcome to the 13th meeting of the Honolulu Liquor Commission. Please silence all of your cell phones, and if you're appearing today, please introduce yourself and your client and spell your names. And if you're testifying on any agenda item, please come forward, be sworn in, and identify yourself and spell your name for the Commission's reporting. So we have no public hearings, so let's move into the special license application. Agenda item number 1, application number 19-16029 from Honolulu Biennial Foundation. Ladies, please.
My name is good afternoon. Aloha, my name is Lala Nas. I'm the Public Programs and Events Coordinator for the Honolulu Biennial 2019. To my left is Catherine Tudor, who is the co-founder of Honolulu Biennial Foundation. And to my right is Rich Schneider, who is with Events International, who's helping us produce some of the larger programming throughout the 2 months, specifically the opening night, which is March 8th.
Very good. Commissioners?
Mr. Schneider, why don't you walk us through your application so we can get an idea of what the event is going to be like?
Okay, I think you were given this. This was submitted about 2 days ago, but I'm not sure whether it was in your packet. It should be. This is the layout for the opening party, which is different than all the other licenses.
Okay.
And it's an extended footprint. It's going to be completely fenced. Security will be at the gate. We will run it the way we normally run large events, with wristbanding every patron that comes in and IDing people at the door. There will be right now we've spent 2 bars, and expecting at any given time about 1,000 people will enter.
Mr. Schneider, we don't have that in our packet.
I can give you that. Yeah.
Everybody should have.
Okay.
Okay,
Where are we
to,
at? Hawaii Street
so this is at Ward Center.
and McHale.
The old famous footwear space is the actual biennial hub where there will be all art exhibits. The area that's enclosed is the lanai on the other side, and then the area fronting Kakahaku Kitchen. All food and beverage will be on the outside of the biennial space, mainly because it's all populated with art. Food in there.
So, Mr. Schneider, are you folks going to be occupying the sidewalk? Or is there a space outside that is not the sidewalk that is delineated by this red line?
So what we've done is we've worked with Howard Hughes to create a walkway in that one path alongside the event so that there's a safe pedestrian right away. And the actual sidewalk, the public sidewalk, won't be included. It only goes to the property line of the Ward Center.
So the public sidewalk will not be blocked in any way? And if patrons are on the inside here of the line?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we included that space actually is the lawn fronting Kalamana Boulevard. The event will not occupy that at this point,
Okay.
mainly because of what had happened recently, and it's become somewhat of a memorial, and we want to respect that and not really.
I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah.
That we
So we're not going to.
Very tragic accident
Yes.
involving pedestrians.
Exactly.
So
So we will not be,
concerned about pedestrians going in and out of your area
okay,
onto that sidewalk and possibly out into the street.
right. So that will not, we have HPD that will be there to manage the people on the street, people coming and going on the street to assure that there's safe passage for the pedestrians.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question, Mr. Schneider. You mentioned that it was a existing famous footwear space. Was all the improvements done in the space permitted to transition it over from a retail use?
Yes, they have been permitted.
Okay.
So how is the area going to be blocked off? Are you gonna be using barricades
Yeah,
or
it'll be French fence. It'll be crowd control barriers would enclose the entire space. There would be one main entrance, and as you see on here, there are 3 exits delineated. They would be exit only for the most part. They will be manned by security.
Okay, so the entrances only, or are other spaces going to be manned? But I'm concerned about this area right here, where it's pretty far from the main part of the event.
There's nothing happening.
Okay,
So
but
in
is
other
there
words,
gonna
if
be
you look-
security
if you
here
look
to
at the
make sure
exit-
people aren't jumping the barricades?
Yeah, because what'll happen is you see where it says exit on this side here,
Yeah.
on the far other side?
Yep, I see that.
There will actually be barricade there, because we don't want to encroach on that space that now has become somewhat of a memorial.
Right.
So when we did this, that wasn't the issue, but now that that's an issue, we excluded that from the license. We're licensing it, but we're not going to use it, we're excluding it from the party.
Okay, and that's what I'm asking is how are you going to ensure that it is not occupied? Is there gonna be security there to
Yes.
push people away and
Yes,
send them in the opposite direction?
absolutely.
Okay, great.
Is this the first time you folks are holding this event?
No.
When was
This
the
is-
last one?
2017 at the Sports Authority.
What was the general experience in that
It was
first attempt?
it was wonderful. We had 3,200 people. It's a very positive community event.
And what kind of demographics?
All ages. It changes throughout the night. The event runs from 5 to 10. So earlier it's families, and then it changes to 20, 30, 40-year-olds as the night goes on.
And I noticed in the submissions, there appears to be exhibits at 10 sites, but you're only asking for a special license at the location that Mr. Schneider gave us.
The opening party is just at our hub, which is where the concentration of over 20 of our artists are. So we hold the party there.
Again, the hub is not part of this, right? It's a separate location.
No,
That is the
What
hub.
is here?
Yep, it's the famous footwear space
Oh,
is
okay.
the hub.
And how did you estimate between 50 and 4,000 participants? Just best
I
guess.
think I'll clarify that as far as the extended amount of liquor license we have. For opening night, we're expecting anywhere based off of 2017 trickle effect from 5 to 10, any given time about 1,500 people. And then throughout the entire night about 3,000. The 50 is for the other smaller liquor license, which is only occupying inside of the space. So we have our opening party, our closing party. It's 2-month run of the exhibition. So the hub space will have weekly public programming, typically 4 to 6 p.m. talks, films, demonstrations, performances. So during those times with the additional liquor license requests, we'd be serving beer and wine for the afternoon programs. So that's where it goes from 50 to 3,000.
Okay, thank you.
How are you going to keep the minors? Looking here, I don't see your plan.
We do have an operations plan. We're using our standard, we'll have roving security.
Where is the beer garden? Where's the alcohol gonna be served? Where's the security? I see that you do have HPD, but how many?
I can pass this out if you like.
I don't know why you're passing things out. It should be in your application, Mr. Slider. I'm very familiar with the procedures here.
Mr. Schneider, it seems like there's a lot going on here and it's a lot to follow.
Too much.
Yeah, it is. So just to be clear, we're trying to put this together. So there's an operational plan, okay? What's going on over here? What is this? So this space here is this here,
That's correct.
okay?
I think we're getting confused because you guys are referring to it as the hub and there's a space that's Malka of
Yes.
this area that's called the hub. So we're getting very confused. So,
Impact Hub, yeah.
yeah,
Oh, totally
so
different, yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
We can
we
call
get
it
that now,
Honolulu,
but we're-
sorry about that.
You're
We're-
not here to guess.
Yes.
You're here to put in an application. You should have everything prepared for us. It's not up to us to figure this out. You know better than that, Mr. Snyder. Right?
Are you involved all the way from the beginning to the end, Mr. Schneider?
Well, we're primarily involved with the opening, but we are talking to them about managing their service if they get
So this
requested.
only applies to opening night.
That's correct.
Okay, what about the rest of the nights then? How do you guys cover that part? Because he's providing this for the opening night. How do you guys provide for the rest of the events?
So for the rest of our smaller events, there will be a bartender that will be checking ID.
Do you have anything in writing? You have anything to tell us or pass out like this as operationally how it's gonna run?
Not for the extended, just we only have for the opening.
Okay, so that's a problem because we only have opening instructions here, right? And this is what only applies for opening. There's nothing here that addresses for the duration of the event. There's a lot of things that aren't clear as far as what's covered, what's not, what's happening. There's a lot of third parties happening here. If he's not gonna be covering the liquor, then who's gonna?
and point of order, so these are, because this is so many different events. Agenda item number 1 is for Friday, March 8th,
Yes.
Thursday, March 14th, and Friday, March 15th. Mr. Schneider, are you going to be involved with all of those 3 dates?
We know we're going to be involved with the 8th.
So the 8th is your responsibility. Alright, so ladies, what about March 14th and March 15th? Do we have a plan?
What
Do we
specifically are you asking?
everything? We need to have a floor plan, we need to have a security
The
plan.
floor plan, there is the other floor plan for the marker for
Which
just the
exhibit?
internal, yeah? So it goes from
Yeah.
March 8th, which has the external liquor license, red line. The other events are for just the inside of Famous Footwear.
Okay, so the opening
It's the same
night is gonna be,
application.
so this is the map for the opening night,
Correct.
Correct.
okay.
But it's all included in the same app.
And then for March 14th and March 15th, it's gonna be just inside of this indoor space here.
Correct. And as far as it being included with the app, that's when I was applying and getting the proper information, that was what I was told to do as far as needing to split up the nonprofit liquor license into 3 different applications for 4 different applications for 3 dates each.
Right, but the itinerary doesn't follow, it only follows for one date, which is the 8th, correct? So the 8th has a separate itinerary and separate procedure from the rest of the event dates.
You are correct, yes.
So that's the part that we gotta see is the rest, yeah, what's gonna happen the rest of the days, similar to a security plan like this, how much security you're gonna have, maybe some more time you need, I don't know.
Have you seen this document before?
I have,
today?
yes.
Are you able to put something together for each of the other nights of the?
Absolutely.
And you don't have to follow this thing, but this is very helpful in terms of a plan and helps guide us through the process.
Absolutely.
Thank you, please.
So you cannot feel responsible for this.
And I understand that you guys are treating this
Yeah, I mean, for
entire
these 2 days, they're
duration as one event, but for us, every night
They're only gonna.
is a different event.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
therefore, we need to see a floor plan and a
So you should do
security
an
plan
application
for
that.
every single night that you're gonna be having.
Yeah, they do.
I would think it would have to be all separate applications, it would be the 8th on one night.
They use that.
Yeah, I mean, just point of order, for the 8th application on a supplemental information part, it should state just for the 8th that the third party, you're I mean specifically, what does it say, that there's gonna be third third party involved in operating this event? It says yes, right? So for the March 8th event, I'm assuming to see Mr. Schneider's name on there as a
Correct.
third party.
Events
For the rest,
International.
correct, so for the rest, you don't have a third party for the rest of the dates.
Well, to make it clear, Events International is donating their services in this case. We're not making any money. This is a donation to the biennial.
I just wanna know who's in charge and
But
who's,
we did offer that we would help them with their service for the other events, but we haven't really spoken about that. So it may be that we could do that. Is it possible to get a continuance next week?
Mr. Snyder, let us, so first and foremost, we appreciate you trying to help them out. That is not our concern. Our concern is alcohol. You have up to 4,000 people of all ages. That's our concern. We wanna make sure that they are shielded from that alcohol. Looking at your layout here, I'm not convinced that you can tell us and all of this commission that you can guarantee that no minor will be around any alcohol. Can you tell us right now?
We have all of the implementations in place as far as having
But
security.
it's only listed, it's not shown specifically.
I think in that operations plan, it's something that we've done numerous times and it's proven to be effective.
Yeah, I
Can
think our major confusion, especially with for this first application, is that you're defining two different premises under that. I believe that one application should define one premise. I'm not sure if that's
And I think it's maybe the way that we put in the application where the confusion has taken place, where after speaking with you guys, it should have just been completely one for the 8th and then a complete separate application for
Right,
the smaller
so-
events.
all of this would go with March 8th application. And we know that he's gonna be there on March 8th. For the rest of your dates that you don't know who the third party is gonna be or what's gonna happen, it would be this. On this, you would go and say where the entrances are, where the ID checking is gonna be, if there's a beer garden, this is where we need to be concerned about, cause the duration is gonna be here. There's nothing here. There's seasoned and experienced planners come forward with this type of things. Who's the security, what is the ratio for 4,000 people, for 500, even if 500 show up, do you have a plan to call in more people? Something. So maybe you need more time
For the additional dates or for opening?
for everything. Maybe you need more time. I mean, currently looking at this right now, I mean, do you expect us to make a decision based on this? I mean, cause we can't make it just for March 8th,
Sure.
you know,
We
so, sorry. go
Point
ahead.
of order, we have one more meeting before the March. Next Friday night is your first night, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no,
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So not next Friday, the week after. March 8th.
3/8, right, okay. So you have enough time?
Yeah, the 28th and March 7th
Yeah.
meetings,
Okay.
two meetings.
It's the 28th.
Yeah. The
Um,
28th
What is your,
would be
what is your pleasure, Mr., or do you wanna go into executive
Yes.
session? Okay, can I have a motion, please?
Motion to convene into executive session.
Second.
Been moved in second. Okay, we are now back on the official record. Commissioner,
How much more time did you need?
I think we do.
In a week, so next week?
And we're specifically asking about time, is that because of the confusion between one event and the others?
We want to know in detail your floor plan, your security plan, an explanation of the event that you're having, how many people you're expecting. We want details so that we don't have to go searching around wondering what's happening. Every event that you're holding, and when I say event, every individual night that you're holding something, some sort of activity that's gonna be involving liquor, that you're asking permission to serve liquor at these events, we would like to see a plan that is clearly laid out. Where's your bars, where's your security, where's your entrances, where's your exits, where's your bathrooms? And we want you folks to know how many people are gonna be attending, what type of demographic, okay, so that we have an eye on public safety. That's our concern, that people attending your event, people around your event are not gonna be harmed. Okay, so we would like to see a lot more detail for each one of these nights.
Okay, so motion to continue, application number 19-16029 to, what is it, next?
228.
To 228.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number one, application number 19-16029 to 1960228, is that correct?
Yes. February 28th.
Continue to February 28th.
Thank you, folks.
Oh,
We're gonna do
yeah,
3, 4,
yeah, 3, 4, and 5.
3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, okay. That'll be the same, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Commissioners?
Column?
Yep, call them.
We've got 3.
Calling agenda item number 3, application number
You want them
19.
to re-enter their names?
Yeah, let me call the agenda item and you go through the same drill. This is each application, okay? Thank you. That application number 19-16061 from Honolulu Baiano Foundation. Introduction.
Lorian Nass, events coordinator for Honolulu Biennial.
Catherine Tudor, Executive Director and Co-founder of Honolulu Biennial Foundation.
Rick Schneider, CEO, Events International.
Commissioners?
Okay, motion to continue, application number 19-16061 to February 28th.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Motion is carried. Agenda item number 3, application number 19-16061 is continued to February 28th. Calling agenda item number 4, application number 19-16062 from Honolulu Baiano Foundation.
Lorian Nass, events manager for Honolulu Biennial 2019.
Catherine Tudor, Co-founder, Executive Director of Honolulu Biennial Foundation.
Rick Schneider, President CEO, Events International.
Thank you. Commissioners?
Motion to continue, application number 19-16062 to February 28th.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 4, application number 19-16062 is continued to February 28, 2019. Calling agenda item number 5, application number 19-16063 from Honolulu Baiano Foundation. Commissioner, I'm sorry, ladies again.
Lorian Nass, events manager, Honolulu Biennial.
Catherine Tudor, Executive Director, Co-founder, HBF.
Rick Schneider, Events International.
Thank you. Commissioners?
Motion to continue, application number 19-16063 to February 28th.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 5, application number 19-16063 is continued to February 28th, 2019. Okay,
We'll see you folks next week. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
let's go back to agenda item number 2, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Applications number 19-16055-1. Application 19-16055-2, 19-16055-3, and 19-16055-4 from Arts, Culture, Merchants, It's set.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Marty Simjian on behalf of Nicole Reed and Arts Cultural Merchants, etc. We're continuing our First Friday block parties. We've been doing them since last year. I think this will be our 9th one. The floor plan, everything is the same. Security plan's the same. We're doing it to offset the cost of closing the street, so the street's safer for the public, so there aren't people just jaywalking or running across the road, and just promotes a better atmosphere and more fun, safer environment for everyone.
Thank you.
Commissioners?
is anything changing from your folks the setup that you have had for the last 3 or 4 months?
No, it's gonna everything's gonna stay the same.
Okay.
With the conditions. Yes, okay, that's good. Alright. Motion to approve application number 19-16055-1 and 19-16055-2, 19-16055-3, and 19-16055-4 with the following conditions. Liquor sales and service and consumption to end at 11 p.m. And number 2, 30 days after event, a report back to the commission at a hearing with a post-event report.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 2, applications number 19-16055-1 through 19-16055-4 are approved with the conditions specified in Vice Chair Gannabon's motion.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, so we go to agenda item number 6, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
That's the second time, Anna. Last
I
week.
know,
Yeah.
I do apologize, I
Yeah.
didn't,
I just know I get lost showing her something that is not irrelevant. Thank
I
you,
will mention it to hearings.
thank you very much, ma'am, I appreciate that. So this is a preliminary hearing, agenda item number 6, application number 19-15400 from MNS Ltd. Good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon. My name is Joy Watanabe. I'm the compliance manager for MNS Ltd. To my left is Tracy Ide, Vice President and Director of MNS Ltd.
Very good, Commissioner.
This is for the Ritz-Carlton Hotel,
Yes, that's correct.
Tower 1. Yes?
I believe it's number 2.
Notable people involved. Corporate structure.
Is there?
Yes, ma'am.
Motion to approve application number 19-15400.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 6, application number 19-15400 is approved. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's move on to agenda item number 7. Application number 19-15972 from Murphy's Inc.
Good afternoon, Chairman, Commissioners, Ms. Sarai, Don Murphy, Murphy's Bar and Grill.
Very good. Commissioners? This is
That time
for-
of year again, huh? Our favorite time of year?
Maybe if I may, Mr. Murphy, I understand this is just an application, but maybe you can inform the commission on what precautions you're going to have in place to prevent last year's.
Yeah.
Realizing that this is on an odd day, but
Yeah, well, hopefully,
I think we would like to hear
Yeah.
that to make the commission more favorable.
sure, we'll have more security on staff. I've submitted a security plan. We'll have a meeting, probably 2 meetings with what we had the captains of each group wherever we're serving alcohol to just express to them and tell them, be sure that if everybody's got to be banned that's consuming, we'll have security guards at each station where there is alcohol and at the doors and everything, and at the entryways to the parking lot and to the streets where they can enter. So believe me, we're going to
Yes.
beef it up as
And
much
if
as we
my-
can.
If my memory serves me correct, we had some issues with people bringing in alcohol in bags,
Right. Yeah. And what,
backpacks and things like that.
right. we're not supposed to be able to tell them that we can check their bags if it's on a public street, but we're gonna do it anyway. But going into
Strike
the
that comment. Strike that comment from the official record.
well, at least we're gonna put signs up that say we can.
Moving
do it.
on, Mr. Boy, I always ask the wrong questions, don't I? Okay, commissioners,
Yes. Okay, motion to approve application number 19-15972.
Second.
it's been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 7, application number 19-15972 is approved. Calling agenda item number 8, request number 19-15946 for Murphy's 8.
Afternoon, Chairman, Commissioners, Mr. I, Don Murphy, Murphy's Bar and Grill.
Commissioner,
Motion to approve request number 19-15946.
Second.
moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 8, request number 19-15946 is approved.
Thank you.
Thank
Aaron, go Brown.
See.
Now how are we gonna audit the video? Let's move on to agenda item number 9, request number 19-15955 from FEC Kaneki Partners LLC.
Mr. Chair, due to a possible conflict, I'm gonna have to recuse myself from this agenda item.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Chair, I'm gonna need to recuse as well due to a conflict of interest.
Thank you. Commissioner Miyashiro. Okay.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, remaining members of the commission. Keith Kiuchi on behalf of the licensee. To my right is April Whiting, W-H-I-T-I-N-G, Haraguchi, H-A-R-A-G-U-C-H-I. She's the sole member and manager of the licensee. Although this is an extension, I looked, the last investigative report was August 26, 2015, so I think it's appropriate for me to fill in and let the commission know what the event is and give them details, because that's what the commission's been asking.
Please
How's
do,
that?
Very
Mr.
much appreciate
Kiuchi.
that, Mr. Kiuchi.
This is the Waikiki Aquarium.
Waikiki Aquarium.
Yes.
This is in the lawn. It's a company called King's Luau LLC. They sell tickets to a luau. They limit their number to 150 people. It's all tourists. It's a mixture of adults and children. The area is 75 feet by 120 feet, and it is on the Diamond Head side with that large lawn area from the big pool in the Waikiki Aquarium. They run it from 5:15 to 7:45 p.m. There's a single bar area. The only way they get alcohol is by tickets that are given at the bar. Most of the alcohol are Mai Tais. There's some beer. This is an arrangement that's been going on since September 2015. There are 5 security personnel that they have to watch. These are all pre-sold tickets, so even the alcohol is pre-sold. So that it's not available on site, you have to buy it online.
And have you folks have any issues or any violations?
We have not had any violations, we have not had any issues. And what, I think the last time I was here in December, I'm trying to work with King's Luau for them to do this themselves instead of have Champs do it. We had hoped that we could do it real soon. Unfortunately, King's Luau's related company has not been able to get their act together, so to speak, to submit the liquor license application. We think that it's probably, we're gonna try to get the relationship terminated by August so they can do their own thing with their own liquor license. But that's our time frame, and I want to fill you, because I was looking at the record, it's been 3+ years. I think it's appropriate if I fill the commission in. Okay.
And you said the service time is from around 5:30 to 7:30?
5:15 to 7:45, that has not changed.
Okay. And because most or all of the attendees are tourists, are
Tourists.
they doing a lot of driving?
No, they're not doing a lot of driving. There's some that drive, but as you know, there's not a lot of parking in that area. So what they do is when they usually sell the package, they sell the transportation as part of the package, which kind of makes sense.
So they get shuttled maybe.
They get shuttled, and generally their experience has shown that they sell one drink initially, before the food is served. After the food is served, they don't buy another drink. But because it's prepaid, it's something they gotta do ahead of time too. So it's not something they can go to the bar and say, "Hey, we want another drink." So
Good. Thank you, Mr. Kyuchi. We appreciate the cooperation. Glad somebody is paying attention out there in the
I don't know, if I was sitting there and I didn't pay attention, I should be shot, right?
Okay, commissioners,
Motion to approve request number 19-15955.
Second.
moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 9, request number 19-15955 is approved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We have back by Commissioner Commissioner Lee, Commissioner Miyashiro. Thank you. Calling agenda item number 11, request number 19-16058 from Waikiki Yacht Club. Good afternoon, sir.
How are you?
Fine.
Second.
Is there a 10?
10.
Gotta go up 10.
10.
Okay, I gotta go to
Wait,
Sorry.
yeah, sorry.
Oh, 10, we missed 10.
Yes,
Yeah, sorry.
sorry.
my bad. I only missed it by 2, huh? Calling agenda item number 10, request number 19-15994 from E&J Lounge Operating Company.
Everything in its place. I am William Comerford, president of E&J Lounge Operating Company, and also president of O'Toole's.
I'm Joseph Hart, and general manager of O'Toole's.
Very good, gentlemen. I apologize, Mr. Comerford. Commissioners? Your events on the same day as Mr. Murphy. What a
This
coincidence.
is just coincidental.
What a coincidence. In the same area also, I believe.
Gentlemen, the investigative report indicated that a street use permit is pending. Has that been acquired to date?
I'm sorry?
The investigative report indicates that a street use permit is pending.
It is pending.
Any ETA on that?
Same time as Mr. Murphy's.
Okay.
We're in the same application.
Okay. Did you folks do this event last year?
Yes.
Any problems, issues with minors, either bringing in alcohol or being served alcohol?
We have a much smaller footprint than what he has, and considerably less like only 3 entrances really. So
This is the
Much-
parking lot on the Makai side of your establishment, correct?
we actually have Marin Lane itself.
The roadway.
So we have entrance on Smith Street side. and
So it's
also on
that
the
lane
Milano
in
side.
between the parking
Yes.
lot
Correct.
and your
And how many years have you been doing this event, Mr. Comerford?
Since 2003.
2000 and
Since 2003.
very good.
I'm gonna say 15 years, I guess. My math is right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, motion to approve request number 19-15994.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 10, request number 19-15994 is approved. Best of luck.
Happy
Thank you
St.
very
Patrick's
much.
Day.
Now let's go to agenda item number 11, request number 19-16058 from Waikiki Yacht Club.
Hello, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I'm Dave Akers, General Manager of Waikiki Yacht Club.
Very good. Commissioners, this is
So this is a request for to to play darts, bridge, and mahjong at your premises, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And none of these are electric?
No.
Okay. So this traditional dartboard.
Okay, motion to approve request number 19-1605B.
Second.
It's been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 11, request number 19-16058 is approved.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks so much.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Aloha, everyone.
Let's call agenda item number 12, request number 19-16004 from Neil Gota on behalf of Yuri Maru Holdings Inc.
Good afternoon, members of the commission. Neil Gota, appearing on behalf of Yurimaru Holdings Inc. To my right is Mr. Tomokazu Kido, that's spelled Tomokazu Kido Kido. This is for a location on the third floor of the Royal Hawaiian Shopping Center, the former Beijing Chinese restaurant. And it's my understanding the prior license, it's been less than 1 year since the prior license. It just was not renewed.
Very good. Commissioners?
Motion to approve request number 19-16004.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 12, request number 19-16004 is approved.
Thank you, Mr. Gota.
Good luck.
Chair, motion for the adoption of findings of fact, decision and order for agenda items 15 through 19 inclusive.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda items number 13 through 19 inclusive are approved. Let's go into adjudication. Calling agenda item number 20, Lucky Honu.
Good evening, Commissioners. Ms. Harai, Joy Neely, Deputy Corporation Counsel, here on behalf of for the prosecution of for the commission for tonight's adjudication items.
Let me read the charge.
Okay, do they need to introduce?
I called the agenda item.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they need to introduce themselves. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Hezon. I'm here as a translator for Ms. Jung.
I'm sorry, could you spell her name, please?
HEAJOUNGYOUM is the last name. Okay. There are two charges. The first charge is on or about June 23rd, 2018 in the city and county of Honolulu, state of Hawaii, licensee employed Blake Kunimura in that section of the licensed premises where liquor is sold, served, or consumed without said employee being properly registered with the Liquor Commission in violation of Rule 38238.5A of the Rules of the Liquor Commission of the City and County of Honolulu.
Charge 2, please.
On or about June 23rd, 2018 in the city and county of Honolulu, state of Hawaii, licensee failed to make time record entries at the time its employee, Lisa Kim, reported on duty and again when the employee went off duty in violation of Rule 38238.4B of the Rules of the Liquor Commission of the City and County of Honolulu.
Can you make sure that she understands the charges?
Yes, I did explain to her
Thank you. How would you like to plead as to charge 1? Can accept, deny, or plead no contest.
No contest.
Motion to accept the no contest plea for charge 1. Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 20, charge number 1, the no contest plea is accepted.
Ms. Neely, your recommendation for charge 1.
This is a first violation for adjudication purposes, and I recommend a penalty of $350.
And ma'am, as to charge 2, how would you like to plead? Motion to accept the no contest plea for charge 2.
She has an explanation.
Yes, one moment please.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 20, charge number 2, the no contest plea is accepted.
Ms. Neely, your recommendation for charge 2.
This is also a first violation for adjudication purposes, and I recommend a penalty of $250.
Okay. Now ma'am, please.
happened? No
Yeah,
contest.
Okay, but now's your chance to explain.
She said that she just got the license approved on June 22nd.
Of last year?
Yes, the day before the citation.
Okay.
So she said that she had many things to do. Everything was settling in. She asked these people if you have a blue car or yellow car and everything, and they said yes, I do have a blue car. It's just that she just didn't have a chance to briefly write it down because she just started. She never ran this bar before. She was employee, but she never was owner. So as far as the second one, Lisa Kim, she just didn't sign out when she left home. She forgot about it.
Mm-hmm.
So since then, Lisa Kim is now working there since that day. She just let her go.
Okay.
And as far as Blake, she can't get hold of him. So they're both not there.
So they both no longer work for you?
The company, for her her establishment. So she is very careful now, and she's doing everything is kind of settled down at this moment. It was just day after the liquor license was approved.
We understand that, but it is her responsibility
Yes.
as the licensee.
She does
If she was
understand.
not ready to open, then she did not have to open until she was ready, so that she could meet all of the requirements.
Right. She just wants you to understand that it was just day after this.
We understand that, but to be fair to all the other licensees,
Understood.
if you are open for business, then you need to be in compliance with all of the rules and laws. Motion to approve the recommended fines of $350 for charge 1 and $250 for charge 2 for a total of $600.
Second.
Then moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye, agenda item number 20, charge number 1, the recommended fine of $350 is approved. And agenda item number 20, charge number 2, the recommended fine of $250 is approved for a grand total of $600.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 21, Little Soul 2.
Licensee requested a 1-week extension to review the report, and I have no objection.
Motion to continue agenda item 21 for 1 week.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye, agenda item number 21 is continued for 1 week. Calling agenda item number 22, Club Blossom.
Good evening, Chairman O'Donnell and members of the commission. My name is Stacy Inoue, S-T-A-C-Y.
Okay, the charge is on or about June 15, 2018 in the city and county of Honolulu, state of Hawaii. Licensee permitted and or allowed employee Lacey Alesna and an unidentified customer to engage in lap dancing as described in Rule 381.1 of the Rules of the Liquor Commission of the city and county of Honolulu within the licensed premises in violation of Rule 382.47.1c of the Rules of the Liquor Commission of the city and county of Honolulu.
Mr. Inoue, how would you like to plead?
Plead no contest.
Motion to accept the no contest plea. Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye, agenda item number 22, the no contest plea is accepted.
Ms. Neely.
This is a second violation. There was a previous one in November 2013, and as such, I recommend a penalty of $750.
You said November of 2017?
Of 2013.
2013, okay. Mr. Inoue, any explanation?
Yes, the individual came from the mainland. It was the second day on the job and last day on the job, of course. But, it's just, I guess, whatever the standards on the mainland is different from what it is here. And that's why, that's why we don't have, it's not like an incident that we have a lot of violations. So, that's why you have the distance from 2013 versus now.
And so she is no longer employed with you?
She was gone that night.
Okay, thank you. Motion to approve the recommended fine of $750.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 22, the recommended fine of $750 is approved.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 23, TJ's Sports Bar and Grill.
This licensee also requested a 1 week extension until February 28th, and I have no objection.
Motion to continue agenda item 23 for 1 week.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 23 is continued for 1 week. Agenda item number 24, Top of the Hill.
My name is Yunjin Grocery, YUNHEDKUROSU.
The first charge is on or about June 16th, 2018 at 2:17 a.m. in the city and county of Honolulu, state of Hawaii, licensee failed to have the street and or primary entrances to the licensed premises unlocked during the time customers were in the premises, in violation of Rule 384.72.2 of the Rules of the Liquor Commission of the city and county of Honolulu.
Charge 2, please.
On or about June 16th, 2018, in the city and county of Honolulu, state of Hawaii, licensee allowed the obstruction, hampering, or interfering with investigations or liquor commission operations in any way, including but not limited to the sounding of alarms, flashing of lights, or use of public address system or other advance warning announcing the arrival of commission investigators in violation of Rule 384.79.1 of the Rules of the Liquor Commission of the city and county of Honolulu.
And as to charge 1, how would you like to plead?
No contest.
Motion to accept the no contest plea for charge 1.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 24, the no contest plea is accepted for charge number 1.
And your recommendation for charge 1, Ms. Neely?
This is the first violation. I recommend a penalty of $500.
Ma'am, how would you like to plead for charge 2?
No contest.
Motion to accept the no contest plea for charge 2.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote excuse me, I vote aye.
This is
Agenda item number 24, charge number 2, the no contest plea is accepted.
this is a first violation, so I recommend a fine of $1,000.
Ma'am, so for the first charge, your premises was locked while there were customers there?
I wasn't there. I was Korea, and my manager
Okay,
was.
so I don't want to hear about you not being there. I want to hear about what happened there. If you're coming here to plead to us, that means that you're
I
responsible
didn't
for
know
what
what
happened.
happened. I just found that month ago.
So in that month time, did you ask questions of your manager as to what happened?
She didn't tell me nothing. I didn't know that. I didn't know I had this thing happen. This is
Okay.
the last minute that time.
You said you just found out 1 month ago. 1 month is a long time to talk to your manager about what happened.
She left it like October last year.
Oh, so she's not working for you anymore.
Yeah, she didn't answer me. She didn't call me. So
Okay. Do you have a new manager on staff?
no, not yet.
So you're managing now. Okay. So do you understand why these violations are so serious?
Not really.
Okay. So for the first charge, you folks are locking the doors while there's still customers on the premises.
She said that so her husband was there when he there.
There's only there's customers, employees, or investigators. There's nobody that's not one of those. So if he's not an investigator and he's not an employee, then he's a customer, and the doors need to be unlocked. Motion to approve the recommended fine of $500 for charge 1.
Actually, can I ask?
Go ahead. I retract my motion.
Ms. Caruso, did I hear you correctly? You did not talk to the manager, your former manager? But someone told you it was her husband?
Yes.
Who told you that?
One of his friends.
One of what?
One of their friends come around all the time. They know that happened.
You don't know for sure. You don't know who was there, how many people were there?
Only a husband. Only the I didn't even know she got married, and then find out that only her husband was there.
Thank you.
It doesn't sound like you are taking responsibility for things that are happening on your licensed premises. You are the licensee, it's your responsibility. Hearing that, my motion is to issue a fine of $1,000 for charge 1.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 24, charge number 1, a fine of $1,000 will be imposed.
And for charge number 2 is a very serious violation. So the charge number 2 was that your employees or you are blocking or obstructing our liquor commission investigators from coming on the premises. So did you not talk to her about that either? You understand what that means? That means that the investigators are coming to your premises to investigate if there are any violations, to see if you are following the rules and the laws, and your employees are trying to block them from coming in. That is absolutely unacceptable. So, did you not know this was happening? Okay, is this going to keep happening?
I have a question for Ms. Neely. Do you have a factual basis for charge number 2 in terms of what conduct occurred?
Right, so after the liquor investigators showed up, the doors were locked, and so they identified themselves, and they could observe a male within the premises trying to pour out the cups that were on the tables, in spite of explicit directions not to move anything. And then subsequently, one of the customers, who I guess was the husband of one of the employees, made a few threatening comments, telling investigators to be careful, and that he knew someone else was friends with someone else in a threatening manner.
Okay, thank you.
You are aware that we can suspend or revoke your license. Ma'am, are you aware of that? You're not aware that we can cancel your license, suspend or revoke it so that you may not serve alcohol anymore?
I just don't understand total situation.
What is your do you own the establishment?
Yes. For
How long have you owned it?
Oh, 30 years.
30 years? And you don't understand these types of charges?
So this thing happened first time to me, and I wasn't there. So
How long were you in Korea?
my mother was sick, so I was there for 4 months.
4 months. From when to when?
March to July.
Who was your former manager?
Nico,
How long was she your manager?
2 years.
When did she last work there?
She left it end of September. She left the end of September. She texted me that end of September. Today's my last day. 1 day notice she quit.
And so you are managing right now?
Yes.
And do you understand that these 2 violations are very serious?
I understand what you mean. Sorry, I have a safe door so sick, so I cannot speak good. So sorry.
My motion is to issue a $2,000 fine for charge number 2.
Second.
Been moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 24, charge number 2, a $2,000 fine will be issued.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 25, Ashley's Restaurant and Lounge.
Song S Cho, SONG SUNCHO.
The charge is on or about June 28th, 2018, in the city and county of Honolulu, state of Hawaii, licensee's employee Yujin Ota, whose conduct licensee is strictly accountable for under Rule 38478.1a, consumed liquor while on duty on the licensed premises in violation of Rule 38478.01b of the Rules of the Liquor Commission of the city and county of Honolulu.
Ma'am, how would you like to plead? Motion to accept the no contest plea.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye, agenda item number 25, the no contest plea is accepted.
Ms. Neely,
This is a first violation for adjudication purposes. I recommend a fine of $500.
ma'am, this is for your employee drinking on the premises.
She no longer working.
Thank you. Any other questions? Motion to approve the recommended fine of $500.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye, agenda item number 25, recommended fine of $500 is approved. Thank you. Calling agenda item number 26, Susie Wong's Hideaway.
Good afternoon. My name is Rob Godare, Godaire, and I'm the owner of Susie Wong's Hideaway.
Thank you.
Very good.
On or about June 16th, 2018, at approximately 12 a.m., in the city and county of Honolulu, state of Hawaii, licensee permitted entertainment which caused complaints from the public or reports by the Commission's investigators, indicating that noise created by patrons departing the premises disturbed residents or tenants of the neighborhood in which the premises are located, in violation of Rule 38478.03c of the Rules of the Liquor Commission of the city and county of Honolulu.
How would you like to plead?
I plead guilty, but I'd like to explain.
Motion to accept the plea.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye, agenda item number 26, the licensee accepts the violation.
Ms. Neely, your recommendation.
This is the first violation, and I recommend a fine of $500.
Sir?
Oh, I just wanted to explain to the Liquor Commission that I didn't want anybody to get the wrong idea. We don't have any kind of live entertainment or any kind of extra noise other than like amplified music that is more of a background music. I just didn't want to give the wrong impression, but also people leaving the premises. I do have a security guard that posts at the front stairs that has full view of the parking lot at nighttime, and we've trained them so that they can basically shuffle people. Like we don't allow any loitering in the parking lot at night. They're either coming in or they're leaving the premises, and we tell them, you know, if you appreciate your little neighborhood bar, be considerate of the neighbors with noise and everything that goes along with it. And we also close the parking lot at nighttime. We don't allow any more cars to come in, just so people aren't on their cell phones, hanging out in their cars, whatever. It's very sensitive about noise issues. And I think the biggest problem was that we have wooden shutters in the front facing the parking lot, and some of the ambient kind of noise from inside gets outside. So we bought an air conditioner, and it's now chilled enough inside, and it allows us to close the shutters at 9 p.m. And we haven't had a problem since. It's really remedied the problem.
I do recall when you folks came in here that there were several protesters from the neighboring residential building that were very concerned about noise coming out of this bar.
Yes.
So have you spoken with them, since I assume this is them reporting this noise violation?
Unfortunately, I don't know who reported the noise violation, but I do know that one of the people from the neighborhood, Vera Ferguson, that came down, we're very good friends now, and she's actually complimented on us not being the establishment that was there before. There were stories of all-night parties going on upstairs. We cut that off the footprint. We go upstairs in storage now. We close our parking lot at nighttime, so no motorcycle, no nothing. So there are many neighbors that have actually come in and said, we're really surprised and pleased with what you've done with the place. So, but I don't know who made the complaint, but I think it was Mr. Graves that came in that did the investigating, and he did come in afterwards and saw that we were closing the windows, and it did make a very big difference.
Great. That's good to hear. And Ms. Neely, remind me again, this is a first time violation?
Correct.
Okay. Alright, well, I hope that we don't see you again for this violation or any other. Motion to approve the recommended fine of $500.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 26, a recommended fine of $500 is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's move on, can I have a motion to ratify agenda item number 27, please?
A motion to ratify the administrative actions report for November 2018 and December 2018.
Second.
Moved in second, all those in favor?
Aye.
I vote aye. Agenda item number 27, the administrative action report for November and December 2018 are ratified. Agenda item number 28, do we have any other than our informative emails? Do we have any other updates on legislation?
No, just waiting for that list to basically will
Yep.
be reduced by now in
Uh-huh.
in a little while, which will be kind of a
Yeah,
relief.
okay, calling agenda item number 29, do we have any administrative matters?
Nothing, sir.
Nothing more.